Welcome to yet another episode of Backyard Chemistry from Soda Center Field. This is part 2 of our jelly marbles experiment. You may recall in part 1 we took some tiny little hygroscopic beads the size of little BBs and put them into a plastic cup, covered them with distilled water, and let them sit for 24 hours. Well, I'm here to tell you, they outgrew those tiny little cups. We had to use big bowls, but boy, look at the result we got. Remember, we used some food colorings to create different colors, so what we've done is layered the little jelly eggs according to color, colorless at the bottom, blue, the purple, red, and then the yellow on top. Quite a polychromatic display, I would say. Now let's take a look at these jelly eggs here. My lab assistant's going to hold a couple of these for me, and he'll give you some sense of what they're like. How would you describe their feel and texture? Squishy, yeah, that's a good word to use. Squishy they are. But they're actually very beautiful in a way. What do you think, lab assistant? Number 2? Pull out a couple of those. Look at those. Oh, slippery. And look how they bounce. Look at how they bounce. They bounce like a rubber ball. And yet, if you press them enough, they are destructible. Take a look at this. Squeeze it. And lab assistant number 1, what did you find out? Did it shatter into little pieces? It did indeed, didn't it? And yet, you can bounce them within reason. Whoop, excuse me. What do you think about those? Now, if you're going to store these, you can do that so long as you keep them hydrated. What does that mean? That means you cover them with water, preferably distilled water, because we don't want the hard water minerals leaching into those. So we're going to pour back some of that distilled water back into the 5-liter Erlenmeyer flask, and we'll cover it loosely with some plastic wrap, and I dare say we can keep those for about, at least several weeks, and they will just hold up fine. So we can pour out a few, have a little fun, throw them against a wall, watch them shatter. Perfectly harmless, nothing toxic about them. A lot of fun. Wow, my lab assistant is already demonstrating. What do you think, lab assistant? Wow. If I didn't know better, I would say he's a baseball player. Oh, maybe he is.
It looks purple now that I put the pink water in.
Yeah, look at that.
It's like, see, you can see that it's
we are getting
purplish down here because I poured in the pinks.
So there you have it, folks. A very nice display of what can happen when you take a hygroscopic bead, put it in water, and let it soak up water like a sponge. It swells up 100 times its original size. Yet another example of chemistry for today's world.
Backyard chemistry. Backyard chemistry.